Are we ready for something that you are absolutely going to love today? What do you think it is that we're going to watch? What do we always watch when Mr. Rotella says you are absolutely going to love this? What do we always watch? Get it inside the chat. It's one of the Dome's favorite things to watch. Mr. Rotella picking up sticks. Wokeopotamus says The View.
Go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Oh, my friends, not only is it The View, but wait until you see the guest. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Democratic Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett is making a historic run for Senate in the great state of Texas. Yeah.
It's the Jazzy Queen.
And she launched her campaign with a video that uses you-know-who's own words against him. Take a look.
I watched her speak the other day. She's definitely a low IQ person.
Crockett. Oh, man, oh, man.
She's a very low IQ person.
Yeah, you are. We know.
Somebody said the other day she's one of the leaders of the party. I said, you got to be kidding.
Woke says, OMG, is it my birthday too?
Crockett's going to bring him back.
What's up, Tony? Nice to see you.
Please welcome Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett.
Yeah! She's going to tell it like it is on The View, my friends. Listen to that ovation from moron voters.
So hold on, y'all, because you know this is only an hour show. So, hello.
Hi.
Nice to see you.
It's good to see y'all.
So, now last month you shook everybody up. You shook up the Texas Senate race by announcing your candidacy. Texas hasn't elected a
Some
Democrat
Chanel earrings.
statewide
Ooh,
in,
fancy.
say, 30 years. So tell everyone why you feel that's not going to be a problem.
Well, I'm not going to say it's not going to be a problem. But I will tell you that I plan to get it done. Listen, I am used to being underestimated. You know, people that know my story know that I actually only won by 90 votes to get to the state house. And as a freshman,
Sounds like
I
fraud.
was handpicked by my predecessor to then go to the U.S. House. Listen, what I did is I evaluated the numbers. The numbers are clear that we can win. Texas is a non-voting state. We are one of the lowest voter turnout states in the entire country, with only about a little bit more than 50% of people turning out to vote. We are also a majority minority state. So for everybody that's like, well, she running for Senate and she black. Yes, I am. I am.
Thanks for telling us we didn't notice. We thought that you were yellow.
And there are 3 million black voters.
Actually, 4.
Right? 4
We
million
have
black
4
voters.
million.
Is something
We have
wrong
more
with her
African-Americans
eye?
in the
What's
state of
wrong
Texas
with her
than any
eye?
other state.
This is a
But
clone.
at the end of the day, the way that I govern is I govern for the people, regardless of my race. And then there are people like, well, it's women, and you know how people feel about women. Let me tell you about the state of Texas. The state of Texas has already had 2 women governors.
That's
to
right.
be clear.
And
That's
Richards.
right.
And
Our
Richards.
first one was in the 1930s, to be clear. And
To be clear,
one
got
of
it.
the best-known senators from the state of Texas is actually a woman, woman Republican. So, like, let's just stop with, like, what we think. I want to be clear that a lot of people haven't put their numbers up, and I haven't put mine up for a good reason, because I'm playing for keeps. But let me tell you,
Well, will you
that
be clear,
I know how
though?
to evaluate and I know how to win races. So I will say that, and I will also say that the front runner in this race was Colin Allred, someone that I served with. After I got my numbers, I did call him as well as the other person in this race. I told them that I would share my numbers with them privately. I did not get asked for those numbers. And I will say that Colin Allred, at the end of this race,
Oh, my God,
in
just
my
say
opinion,
it.
will be one of the heroes. Because as the Democratic nominee last time, he decided to step aside because he felt like what mattered was getting the best person across the finish line. And in this moment, it wasn't about him as an individual.
Right.
He felt like I was ready and that I could get it done.
That's rare.
A rare quality. In that same vein, and you still have one other challenger, James Tallarico, state representative, who I believe you served with.
Yes.
But some Democrats worry that your reputation as an anti-Trump resistance leader could hurt you in deep red Texas, where he won by double digits. Some Republicans came out of the gate saying...
And also that she's a fucking retard.
This was a gift and the greatest thing. How do you, and there's also been reporting that the NRSC even put your name into the field in polls to try to drive up your polling support so you'd get into the race. How do you respond to those concerns, and are you ready to take them on?
I'm absolutely ready. I wouldn't have got in the race otherwise. And the reason that we started with the video that you saw is because I knew that the attacks were coming. And the point is, I will remain cool as a cucumber, and I will smile at the end. That is why that video looked that way. I will also say that I did not rely on NRSCC to make my decision. I spent a lot of money on my own polling to make sure that I could evaluate it, and we actually
She's the
tested
best
in a
pick
very
they could
different
pick.
way.
That's right. Well,
one of the reasons
what's
that
up,
polls
UFO
have
Johnny?
consistently been inaccurate when it came down to Donald Trump is because he's able to excite a different group of people that no one ever counts on. And so what we did is we wanted to evaluate whether or not we could expand the electorate, because if the electorate remains the same electorate that it's been for the last 30 years, we'll get the same result.
Yeah.
So the only way to win is to actually expand it. But honestly, the vast majority of pundits will tell you, well, you got to go get Trump voters. Well, here's the reality. I think that there are a lot of Trump voters that are actually upset about their vote for Trump because he is not delivering, number one, on his promises. So we can start there, not to mention the economy and affordability is not really great right now.
Well, she won't. She definitely won't. There's no way a Trump voter is voting for Jasmine Crockett. Okay, number one. But she does have a point there. As of this moment right now, there is a good chance that a portion of Trump voters will stay home during the midterms.
So I do think that there are a lot of people that, number one, want to make sure that there is somebody that will check him on their behalf. As a Texan, I can tell you we do trade big in Texas. But guess who's messed that up? Donald Trump. As a Texan, I can tell you that we do agriculture big, and I served on the ag committee. As a Texan, I can tell you that some of those folk are upset. Right now, there's been a lot of talk about how there's the Tyson plant that shut down in Nebraska. Let me tell you, Amarillo, Texas, where they process beef for Tyson, they are about to shut down as well. So let me tell you, at the end of the day, people will have to make a decision. I'm not asking people to become my best friend. And as I used to campaign for the vice president, I would go into a lot of churches and I'd ask them to raise their hand if they love their spouses, and they would raise their hand. And I'd say, do you always agree with them? Yeah, that's the kind of response we would normally get. Listen, it's not about whether or not you agree with someone 100% of the time. It's about, do you have the strength to stand in this moment? And right now, the people are looking for real leaders that are going to fight for them.
Yes, yeah, right, and you're one of them. You're one of them.
That was good.
So I want to just say one thing about you, because I think you clearly trigger the base, Trump, and also the vice president. Let's watch this clip.
And Jasmine Crockett. Oh, Jasmine Crockett. The record speaks for itself. She wants to be a senator, though her street girl persona is about as real as her nails.
Go ahead. Here's your chance. Respond to him.
Okay, so first of all, my nails are real. But I will.
She couldn't even do a full hair flip. She went for the hair flip, but she stopped. No confidence.
Say, what a lot of people don't understand, and Alyssa, you can help me out with this, is that Republicans are a lot better at doing focus groups, right? And so Democrats, we rely on like poll, but focus groups allow you to kind of get down to the nitty gritty of like why people feel a certain way about certain things. Well, I can tell you that right now, what disturbs them is that I am able to get at a demographic that Democrats have been losing. Consistently in third-party polls, as well as my internal polling, it shows that those that don't have a college degree, by over 70%, choose me. Well, that's a demographic that we've been losing without, so now he's like, oh, no, it's all fake. Like, don't believe that. No, the reality is that I was a criminal defense attorney. I was a public defender. I am somebody who walked into plenty.
All you can eat says so dummies. Well, I was gonna go with that joke too. All you can eat, but the Republican Party and Trump in general gets a lot of those viewers or voters ourselves.
Jails and dealt with real killers. So let me be clear. I understand what happens in the streets, but I don't have to quote
What's up,
unquote
Marty?
be a street girl, and I don't even know why.
Don't you think that that's racist?
No.
What is it?
Oh
Well,
my
you know
God!
it's racist. We know that, right?
Everything
But
is
so-
racist.
but one of the
Everything
things
is
that they've been
racist.
trying
Can
to
it just be funny? Can it just be funny? It's funny. It's not racist. It's funny. Ron Cargo says my IQ is getting lower by the minute. You're welcome, Ron Cargo.
do for quite some time is to try to figure out specifically.
You know we have, Ron. You know we got to do the View when we got political people on the View. It makes it so much better. It's good doming.
Within minority communities. Where I do well is how do I divide minorities about who Jasmine is? So sometimes they say, oh, she's so educated. And so they're trying to get people that maybe
I don't
have
think
as many
anyone
degrees,
says
but I'm
that.
like, it's not about that. We are all in the same sinking ship. Whether you black, white, Asian.
That's right.
You know,
Educated, non-educated,
we
we're
all in
all
the same
here.
sinking ship.
Yeah.
And so at the end of the day, I am fighting for all Texans, and so we're gonna be Texas tough during this election.
Yes, we are.
I think we went through 4 accents already.
Jasmine Crockett.
She will be lucky to get 30% of the vote. Well, here's the thing, Ron. If Ken Paxton beats Cornyn, I think that's who's the senator that's in there now. If Ken Paxton can beat Cornyn in the primary, Ken Paxton, Jasmine Crockett match, that's who will be going up against each other. The fact that Ken Paxton, who Texans love, who's the base loves, and they're going up against Jasmine Crockett, it could be an absolute blowout, and then we never have to see Jasmine Crockett again. Hell, she could get a job on The View. That's the long term. That's the depth of vision.
I think you have the
Yes,
next
yes.
question.
So over the weekend, the Trump administration forcefully captured Nicolas Maduro and his wife from Venezuela without notifying Congress. President Trump is saying the U.S. will run the country of Venezuela and its oil reserves in the meantime. How do you see this playing out? What's next?
I mean, we've seen this play out before. I guess this is one of the reasons that some people don't want us to know history, is so that we are doomed to repeat it, and seemingly that is what we are doing.
Exactly, Campfire Starter.
The biggest
Valley
problem
Hill,
that I
welcome
have
in.
is that it was illegal. Everything that this administration does is illegal, and so I don't know how you take the moral high
Agree,
ground
Arm. It's good
when
doming.
you are actually executing something in an unconstitutional way in the first place. And so if you had what you needed, which he truly believes that.
There's 2 ways to look at politics inside the dome, my friends. What's going to be good for America and what's going to be good for streaming. And if we can combine those 2 things together, then we're on a great path.
I guess, then you just would have went to Congress and gotten us involved. But instead, you know, we're hearing leaks and reports that he talked to oil folk, but he didn't talk to Congress.
Right.
What kind of sense does that make? Because the last time I checked, whether or not you control an oil company does
Yes,
not
woke,
entitle
exactly.
you
Content
to
gold
decide
mine.
whether or not the United States goes in. And when you look at the press conference that he held, he didn't talk about democracy. Now, I know there are a lot of people that are talking about this is good for the Venezuelan people because Maduro was a bad guy, but that's not why he did it. He has not cared about Venezuelans at all. Let me be clear about that part.
So we shouldn't even care about that part?
And here's the receipts. The Enemy Aliens Act, which most of us had never heard of because it's from the 1700s, he invoked it specifically because of Venezuelans. He said, we are being attacked and invaded by Venezuelans. That was number one.
Oh, we're being
Then the
attacked
next
and
thing that
invaded
you
by
know,
everyone.
CCOT, that's where he was sending Venezuelans. Remember the 60-minute episode that they did not want to air about how they were treating them, mistreating them at CCOT? That's where he sent Venezuelans. Then
It's a
after
prison.
that, he
It's
was
not
illegally
supposed to be
killing
nice.
folk, saying that, oh, well, they're bringing drugs because it was supposedly about fentanyl, which is not where we get fentanyl,
isn't.
to be clear. So then he killed over 100 people with these bombs that he was dropping. And then when he went in to get Maduro, he killed even more Venezuelans. This ain't about Venezuelans. I get that there are people that don't like the leader, but guess what? There are a lot of people that don't like our leader. And regardless,
to be clear,
somebody coming into the United States and grabbing our leader in the middle of the night and killing people in this country, I'm sure everybody would be outraged at them doing it that way.
Yes.
It's the way that it's done.
But nobody stops
It's the way that it was done.
Brad says, this is terrible. Why, Mr. Rotella? Why? It's because we're going to clip this tomorrow and we're going to get views on it because people are going to look this up on Rumble tomorrow.
I'm trying, Joy. I'm trying.
She's trying. Let me ask you quickly.
What's up, Sen? Welcome in.
Let me ask you quickly because we're running out of time. Today is January 6th. It marks the anniversary.
January 6th.
Of the insurrection on the Capitol. But President Trump has pardoned everyone involved. He shut down Jack Smith's investigation. We just heard from Jack Smith.
UFO Johnny, 3 minutes of hate. That's oh my God, what a great reference to 1984 UFO Johnny. Yes, and that is another one of the reasons as well.
He continues targeting his political opponents. Now, why do you think so many Americans are minimizing January 6th? And as someone who was
January
in the room,
6th.
my understanding, for Jack Smith's deposition and testimony, what was most striking to you?
Jack Smith was the right guy for the job. I do want the American people to know that.
We're almost done, by the way,
folks. This was
folks.
someone who not only had the experience, but also understands what it is to actually be a prosecutor. You are to seek justice, not convictions. He made it very plain that it didn't matter what political affiliation someone had, he would have done the exact same thing.
He's worked for both Republicans and Democrats.
He's worked for both. And so he was very credible. And, you know, I do want to just say this. Everyone wants to talk about how Maduro was illegitimate. As we sit here on January 6th, I do want to be clear. Somebody else was trying to be a Maduro of the United States. Somebody else wanted to do the exact
we got the
same
line,
thing.
David's here.
The difference is Maduro was successful. I also want to point out that we now, in the state of Texas and around this country, are enduring this ridiculous redistricting scheme. Again, because he doesn't really believe in free and fair elections. So again, this idea that he is doing this for a great reason, he made it clear, because it's my understanding that when he went into that press conference, he said at least 20 times, oil, 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 oil.
He sure did.
Listen to him when he speaks.
You know, by the way, if Trump would come out and say, hey, we're expanding the American empire, I'm down. I'm down. If that's what we're doing, if we're going to go into countries and take what we want, I mean, explain it to me that way, and I'm down.
Telegraphing. And so,
let's just
Jack
be
Smith,
honest.
I hate that he did not get his day in court. I hate that for the American people.
Well, you know, if you want to know more about what Jack Smith said, you can go to our website because we have it up. Just wanted to let you know that. But, you know, we're going and coming back with more with Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett.
Oh, my God, we got more. Okay.
We're back with Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. Joy, you got the next question.
Okay, so yesterday, Marjorie Taylor Greene retired from Congress. You know that, right? You and she have sparred. You have sparred with her many times, most famously in your viral bleach blonde, bad-built butch body exchange. Okay. Look at that picture. Now,
and the fake eyelashes.
She's speaking out against Donald Trump, just like you. She's even apologized for her previous toxicity. Do you think she's really changed? And since she'll be joining us tomorrow,
What a birthday gift, MTG on The View. 2 days in a row, we're going to The View.
Have anything you'd like us to tell her?
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Listen, I can only hope that she's changed. I don't quite believe it, but I do want people to give her grace. To the extent that she is doing something that, honestly, most of the boys are too afraid to do.
Yes.
She is willing. Yeah, and I mean, listen, I'll give her credit where credit is due. she is willing to call out what is wrong. Now, her motivations behind it, who knows, right? Like, you see the light, now that he don't want to be your friend, whatever. But at the end of the day, calling it out is so important.
Yeah.
So I applaud her for that. I also feel like it's a bit cowardly, though, to then just quit. Because the heat that she's facing, because she's on the opposite side of him, imagine what I get. You saw that video. When I say that I get death threats, that's a very real thing. When I say that the House doesn't protect you just because the president comes after you, that's a very real thing. You get your protection, you get your detail because of your elected status in caucus. You don't get it because you necessarily have a whole lot of death threats. So, you know, I say good luck to her. I say do better in the future. And I say go and talk to other folk that may be feeling like you and tell them that he is not the leader that you need in this moment. And even if that means voting for a Democrat, do what is best for this country.
She is telling that to her base.
Yeah. Vote for Democrat?
No, not to vote for Democrats. Very quickly, you have said you think there could be another government shutdown in January. How likely do you think that is?
These people aren't serious about governing.
Well, I mean, since we only got 1% of the Epstein files, I think it's going to be very likely.
Let me tell you that, you know, we only have 3 weeks that we're supposed to be in session before the shutdown.
Fuck it, shut it down
I can also
again.
tell you that we've not passed any of the 12 appropriations bills in a year.
Yeah.
So
Ron Cargo, wow, Ron. Ron says, MTG broke my heart. Now I have to flush her, says Ron. Ron Cargo had such the crush on Marjorie Taylor Greene. I know, Ron. We streamed her video, and when she's like, she did something weird about getting back in the kitchen or something. What the hell was she even talking about? And then she talked about Republican men. It's like, Republican men fucking loved you. Republican men voted for you all the time. So her doing that really rubbed us the wrong way as well, Ron.
I think we're going to get through 12 in the next, 3 weeks. They did release a minibus before we go back today, so we will see kind of how
Jasmine's
that shakes out.
used to ride in the
There is a chance
minibus.
that we won't shut down, but never know with these guys.
Yeah. You know what? It is always, always, always a pleasure to have you with us. Always.
Great to have you.
It's always. Our thanks to Texas Congresswoman and State Senate hopeful Jasmine Crockett. And thank you for what you did in California, because you woke those folks up and they went out, and I thank you for that because you are a big part of that. We'll be right back.
Let's see. Thank you, Mr. Rotella, inside the chat, please. Thank you, Mr. Rotella. Mr. Rotella, we're so happy we watched that with you tonight. Thank you, Mr. Rotella. Let's see it. Thank you, Mr. Rotella. You're welcome, David's here. You're welcome, all you can eat. Okay. We've got our official musical break artists for after any time we watch Jasmine Crockett. We'll be right back with the candlelight vigil on the Capitol steps of the Democrats, honoring the 5th anniversary, oh my pearls, of January 6th. And now our official artist for whatever we watch, Jasmine Crockett. We'll be right back.